everybody, it's Heather here from Active Newcastle with your Beginners Pilates sessions. If I can just check who's here. Hello everybody, it's Heather here from Active Newcastle with your Beginners Pilates. And also if you can just make sure the music is okay. Does it need to be turned up or down? You just let me have a little comment. Let's see who we've got just before we get started. It's just 3 o'clock now. So just a reminder while I'm waiting for those to come through, obviously this is a beginner's session. It is suitable for most people. I will always give the different levels. If you've not done Pilates before or it's something that you struggle with, always either do the basic level, and if you really struggle with that, and just maybe miss that exercise out, or just do some of the breathing exercises, that will help as well. If you do struggle with any of the exercises, just comment, and then maybe at the end of the session I can help you out with one or two things. But obviously if I can't see you, so I can't correct you, so just try and listen to the instructions as much as possible. Okay, so I think we're good to go anyway. So find your seated position. Hopefully, if you've got a mat, great. I don't have a mat, I've got a carpeted area. So we're going to make sure that we're sitting nice and tall. Okay, so option 1, legs out nice and straight. Okay, if the back of your legs are quite tight though and you feel uncomfortable, you can always come into a nice tall seated position. Okay, and from here, nice and tall, shoulders relaxed down, and just rest. Okay, so whichever one, if neither of those feel comfortable, you can always sit on a cushion or maybe a book or two just to lift you up when your legs are out straight so that the knees are down on the floor. Okay, we don't want any of this. Excellent. Okay, so sitting nice and tall, shoulders back, just arms either resting down on the floor, okay, or if you've got your knees crossed, you can rest your hands on your knees. Okay, making sure we're looking straight ahead and the chin is slightly tucked. Okay, we're going to do our lateral breathing, so we're going to take our hands, okay, and we're just going to place our fingertips together, just hands on the ribs, fingertips together. Inhale, exhale, and the ribs are going out to the side so we can feel them. Shoulders remain relaxed. Exhale, fingertips back together. Inhale and exhale. Okay, give me one more. Excellent. Okay, we're going to do our core engagement now. So placing your hand on your tummy button if you want to, or you can just have your hands resting down by your side. I want you to imagine you've got a magnet on your tummy button and on your spine. Okay, so as we inhale, ribs come out. Okay, not up, out. And then as we exhale, ribs are coming back down, and we're going to pull that tummy button into 100%. So as tight as we can go, nice and tight. Hold it. And then let it go. Again, inhale. Exhale, this time bringing it into 50%. Nice and controlled. Hold it. Be aware of how it feels. And then let it go. Okay, one more time. Inhale. And then we're going to exhale. And this time we're just going to pull it into 30%. Okay, so imagine you've got a belt. You've got 10 notches on it, and you're going to just put it on the 3rd notch. That's 30% we should be able to maintain throughout, so we're not letting it go this time, we're keeping it there. Okay, if you do let it go throughout the session, always just taking a breath, exhale again, and engage the core. Always make sure that before we do any movement, even if it's just one arm up or down, we engage the core, okay? Excellent. So from here, we're just going to do a nice little stretch. So we're just going to take our left hand and place it on the floor. We're not putting all our weight through it though. Okay, it's just there for a little bit of support. Take your right arm up, lift up. So we've got a stretch here, and then just lean over. Inhale, Exhale up and then over. Inhale and exhale. So the idea is to get this nice stretch here. Inhale and exhale. Okay, bringing it back. Okay, taking our hands into prayer position, fingertips together, chin and fingertips in contact. Okay, so that's just making sure that all of this stays nicely in line. Okay, inhale. And then as we exhale, we're just going to rotate slightly. So we're rotating the upper spine. We're going to come in line with our knees if we're cross-legged, or just past the leg if we've got our legs out straight. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Small movements. Listen to your body. You might be tighter on one side than the other. It's quite common. Now your bottom shouldn't be shifting at all. You should be nice and comfortable in the movement. If you are shifting in your seat, you're going too far. Excellent. Okay. Now, if you can, take your legs out straight, but don't worry if you can't. We're just going to take the feet just to what would be the edge of the mat, or just past hip width apart. And we're just going to reach down in front of us. Just roll down. And just breathe. And then inhale, come up. And then exhale, back down. And then inhale, back up. And you're just wanting, as we're doing this, just to try and feel that stretch in the back. Okay. Exhale as we go down, and just try and get those fingertips just about 1 millimetre or 2 in front. A little bit further. Don't let those knees come up off the floor. You can still do this cross-legged if you have to. That's not a problem. You just find that if your legs are tight at the back, that you'll get a nice stretch there as well. Okay, slowly come up. All right, we're going to move into our 4-point kneeling position and move into our cat-cow straight away today. Okay, so get yourself comfortable. All right, bringing your hands into position, and you want your knees and your hips directly on top of each other. When you look through your knees, all right, you want your knees hip width, and you don't want to be able to see your feet. So if you can see your feet together, just move them just so they're hidden behind the legs. You want your wrists, elbows and shoulders all nicely stacked. If it's too much, what I'll make sure as well is that you're not pushing all the way through the palm. You're not trying to flatten out the hand. Okay, so slightly bend the fingers and use more of a grip, okay? If this is too much, you can always come up onto your knuckles, and that takes any pressure out of the wrists. Okay? And then we're just going to slowly take in a breath. And then as we exhale, we're going to arch up, dropping the head, flexing the spine. Okay, so the arms and the legs don't move. We're just making a nice arch up with the spine. And then inhale. And then the head's going to come up and the bottom's going to stick out the back. Okay, and the tummy's going to drop. And then exhale and bringing it back round. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Okay. And now this time I just want you to bring your hands closer in towards your knees. Okay? So from this position, we're going to do the same thing. For exhale, we're going to arch up and just see how that feels differently. Okay, might feel better, might get a bit deeper, might not feel so good, but just give it a try. And just see how it feels for you. And then come back. Okay, so we're back and we're staying in our 4-point kneeling. Okay, so if you need to, just give the wrist a little bit of a shake off. Okay, just shake off, see how we get on. Okay, so we're going to go back into where we just take our arms up. So nice flat back, core is engaged. So if you need to, inhale, exhale, engage to 30%. Okay, and then we're going to inhale, core still engaged, and we're going to exhale. We're just going to slide an arm up just along to our ear and then bringing it back. Exhale, arm up and then bringing it back. We're going to do this one more time on each side. And remember, it's all down to which level you're at, etc. So we've done that. Now we're going to move into the legs, okay? So we're just going to slide the legs away from us, okay? So exhale, slide one leg, back staying strong. No shifting in our pelvis or hip area. Inhale it back down. Exhale it back. Inhale it down. Okay, let's go again. Exhale out. Inhale back. Exhale out. And then inhale in. Excellent. Okay, so we're going to now do opposite arm, opposite leg. So take your left hand and just tap it on your right leg. And it sounds silly, but some people do actually get confused with opposites, okay? So we're not doing the same side, so we're opposites. Okay, so again, slide the left arm out and the right leg. We're not lifting at this point. Still stays in contact with the floor. Okay, if we're moving all over the place, if our hips are moving or anything like that, is it your arms that you're struggling with or is it your legs that you're struggling with? Which movement feels harder? So if one of those movements is, if it's the legs, you just know straight away it's the legs, or you can't keep yourself up on your upper body, focus on that one. So stick with just the legs or just the arms only. If it feels strong in the movement, when we're just extending and tapping, okay, we can extend, we're strong, we're steady, we've got our core engaged, and we can exhale, lift, and down. We're going to stay on this leg, so we're not pulling them in just yet. We're going to exhale up, that's it, and bringing it down. One more time, up and down. Making sure that when we're lifting, especially with the legs, we're squeezing with the bottom. Okay, opposite side, so right arm, left leg, extend out. Does it feel strong? Lift. Only lift if it's strong. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift. And again, if it doesn't feel good, just go back to either the arms or the legs. And bringing it back. Excellent. Now we're just going to try and do it a couple of times, alternating. So bringing it back. Extend out nice and controlled. Use your breath. One more on each side, always ensuring that we are even, nice and controlled. Okay, we're going to sit back now, so bring the toes together, knees apart, and sit back into child's pose, head down on the floor, and just breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Okay, excellent. So we're going to come back up, okay, back into all fours. Okay, reset the position, engage the core. Find where you're strong on your arms. I'm going to come so that I'm on my knuckles, so it just takes some of the pressure off my wrists. Okay, we're going to take one leg out, nice and straight. And what we're just going to do is we're going to take in a breath, core's engaged, we'll inhale, I'm going to exhale and squeeze. Tap, exhale to lift. Give me 2 more. Excellent, and bringing it back. Okay, slide out the opposite leg. Now I'm doing about 6 to 8 reps here. You do as many as you feel comfortable at this point. Really lifting with the bottom, squeezing the bottom to use the muscles, wake them up, and then bringing it back. Okay. We're going to try this time, and again, however you feel. If it doesn't feel right, then don't. But we're going to do a donkey kick. So hands staying strong if you need to. Just stretch them out. Just rotate the wrists. But this time the knee stays bent. So I'm going to show you on this leg. I'm going to flex the foot. So pull the toes underneath. Okay. And then you're just going to squeeze and up and down. Squeeze. So we're only going to do about 5 or 6 on here. That's 3. Exhale, squeeze the bottom and the back of the legs. One more. Excellent, and bring it back. Let's switch sides, reset. Toes tucked. And then just squeeze the heels going towards the ceiling. Small movement, squeezing the bottom, squeezing the back of the thigh. 2 more. Again, just do as many as feels comfortable for you. Excellent. Sit back into child's pose. Excellent. Slowly come up. We're just going to lie down on our backs here. You're going to take your right foot and place it on your left knee, all right, just below. And then you're just going to take your hands and place them through and hold onto the thighs, and then just lean back and then just find a nice deep stretch through this bottom, this side of your bottom. Nice and straight, and just breathe through it. Feel it release. We've worked our bottom quite a bit already. Still a bit more to go, I'm afraid, today. Now release that leg down, pop that one down, and then stretch. If you do struggle with this at all, I mean, you can always use your belt or anything like that, just to wrap it around the leg. And just feel and use the breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Excellent. Okay. So now I'm going to roll onto our sides. And if you've either got a cushion, you can rest your head on a cushion. Or if not, just have your arm out nice and straight for me. Resting your head on your shoulder. If it is too much to have your shoulder up there, I would suggest a cushion and then have your arm just out straight. Okay? Don't force your arm or your shoulder to go somewhere it doesn't feel comfortable. Pop your heels together, knees bent, and then just have a look and line up your heels with your bottom. I want you to make sure that your hips are stacked. Okay. One on top of each other, knees are stacked and feet are stacked. Core is engaged. Inhale, exhale to 30% if it's not. And then we're going to exhale, squeeze those heels together, and then squeeze the bottom. What we're not wanting is any rocking in the hips. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. One more. And bringing it down. Excellent. Okay, we're going to just lengthen that top leg. Okay. I'm going to bring it into a front kick. So, pushing through the heels, core is engaged. We're going to keep the leg at hip height, okay, throughout the movement. Take your other hand and just place it down in front of you just for a little bit of support. Inhale, exhale, bringing that leg round. And then inhale back. Exhale round. Inhale back. Now, on the second one there, my leg just drops, so try not to do that. That's it. Exhale. Inhale. Give me one more. Inhale. Excellent. Okay, point the toes now. Keeping the leg here, we're going to tap and lift. So again, it's not a big movement. And we're keeping the length here. So we're not going up, we're not going ridiculously up. Okay, that's not what we're working on. So we're keeping a nice length in our waist from the bottom of the ribs to the hips. And as you feel that that starts to get that bit smaller, just don't lift your leg as high. Keep your core engaged. Give me one more. Excellent. Now bring that leg forward in front of you and just rub or give that glute bottom a bit of a tap just to release it off. And we're just going to switch sides now. Okay. So we're going to go on to the other side. Arm out nice and straight. Resting your head or head on cushion, whichever one works for you better. Heels together. Okay. Making sure your heels are in line with your bottom. Knees stacked, hips stacked. Inhale, exhale, engage to 30%. Hand down in front of you if you want for a little bit of support, or hand on your hip to check that you're not moving. So exhale as we lift, and making sure that we're not rocking backwards and forwards. So about 6 to 8 reps on here as well. One more. Excellent. Okay. So we're going to take that leg out. Nice and straight, but we're going to push through the heels so the toes are coming towards us. So basically we've got a flat foot. Hand here for support. Always bring this leg further around for a bit more support as well. The bottom leg if needs be. Inhale, exhale, bring the leg round. Inhale, exhale. And try not to let that foot drop. So keeping the leg at the same height all the way round. Again, about 6 to 8 of these. But just do as many as feels comfortable for you. Let's do one more. Excellent. Okay, bring that leg. Don't let it drop. Point the toe. And then tap and lift. And again, remember we're keeping the length in the waist. So not moving. Because the movement that we're doing here is for the thigh. So we're not wanting to bring this. We're wanting to keep the core strong. But we're not doing any oblique work, side work here on our waist. So one more. And then bring that leg around, and again, wherever it's feeling a bit, ooh, give it a bit of a tap, loosen it off. Okay. So, one more exercise, going to be the 100. We have been doing it the last few weeks, so find the position that feels comfortable for you. Really good for your core and really good for getting that focus in on it. Okay, so you have your options. Feet flat on the floor, head flat on the floor. Inhale, exhale, core engage, and pulse. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so that's option 1. Complete basics. Doesn't matter though, because if that's where you're at, that's absolutely fine. Level 2. Inhale, exhale, come up into a C curve. Hold the position, pause, engage. We're pushing our lower back into the mat. The core is engaged to the spine. Looking straight ahead, so we're not looking up, we're looking, feet remain flat, and then inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back down, and then go again, and then come up and go again. Okay. You want to challenge yourself though. If you feel ready, you can bring your legs into tabletop position. Okay. And then from here, you can either keep your head and shoulders on the floor and do that movement, or the next move up is to come up into a full 100 position. Okay. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then you can either just hook the knees in and rest, then slowly come back, curl up and go again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest down. Okay, so whichever one you're doing, let's do it twice through. So 2 more times. So bring it into position. I'm going to do tabletop, curl up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then inhale or exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug it in. And then reset. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. So whichever one you've been doing, I just want you to place one foot on the floor and then just hug one leg in for me. Slide that bottom leg away from you and just try and hug this leg, and then slowly for me just bring it towards, you're not obviously going to get it there, but bring that knee across the body towards the opposite shoulder, and you should feel a nice stretch in your butt cheek right there. Excellent. Bring that one down, switch sides. Pull it in first, slide that leg down, feel a nice stretch, and then slowly bring this one again to the opposite shoulder, to the opposite side. And then if you can, just bring both knees in together. And then just do a little bit of a rock side to side. If you can't bring both knees up off the floor, you can do it with your legs on the floor and just give that lower back a little bit of a massage. Okay, loosen anything off. Okay, one last thing, arms and legs out straight. I want you to take in a breath, exhale, and I want you to stretch your arms way above your head. Okay, so I want you to imagine somebody's pulling on your feet and somebody's pulling on your arms to get a nice full body stretch. Inhale, bring the arms back down, relax. One more time, exhale, deepen that stretch. And this time, as we bring the arms down, I want you to let out a nice big sigh. Excellent. So I hope you've enjoyed today's session. Again, just let me know if you need any help with any particular exercises or you want me to go through them a little bit more.